One bite of this pie, and you will be filled with determination. Hello, my dears. Buttercup the baking spaniel here. Today, I'm bringing you something that's a little different, and that is a recipe inspired by a video game. We will be baking the Butterscotch Cinnamon Pie from the delightful game Undertale. This is a pie I have been wanting to try out for many years, so I'm excited to share my own take on this recipe. Come now, we don't want to waste any time. We will begin by making the pie crust. Instead of the traditional pastry-based pie crust, I've opted to try something a little different. We will be making a crumb crust, made with my personal favorite packaged cookies, Biscoff Cookies. Biscoff Cookies have a lovely cinnamon flavor to them, so I thought it would be a nice complement to this pie. In a food processor, we will put one package, that's about 8.8 ounces, of Biscoff cookies. Oh, there's one left. Better get in there. We're going to pulse these until they become very fine. Pour the crushed cookies into a large bowl. Add in 1/4 cup of sugar and mix well. Next, pour in 6 tablespoons of melted butter. We're going to mix this until it's completely incorporated. Place your crumb mixture into a 9-inch pie dish. Using the back of a measuring cup, gently press the mixture evenly into your dish. I like to start on the sides first and then finish with the bottom. Once you have finished this step, place it in a 375-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 5 minutes, just to crisp it up some. Allow it to cool slightly before placing it in the fridge to set while we work on our filling. Our first step is to place 3 egg yolks in a heat-proof bowl. Though we won't need them for this recipe, be sure to save those egg whites as well. You can freeze them to have on hand whenever you need to whip up a meringue-based dessert. Gently whisk your egg yolks. Then set aside for now. In a medium saucepan, add 1/4 cup of cornstarch, 1 cup of dark brown sugar, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Whisk these all together. Slowly add in 2 cups of half and half, stirring while you add it in. Now we will begin to cook this over a medium heat. Stir constantly until the mixture begins to thicken and comes to a boil. Continue cooking for 2 minutes, then remove your pan from the heat. Now we will want to add our eggs to this mixture. However, if we add our eggs straight into the hot liquid all at once, it will almost certainly scramble them. To avoid this, we will add a small amount of the hot mixture to our bowl of eggs. Whisking constantly as we do. This process is known as tempering and will help bring the egg slowly up to the same temperature of our mixture. Now it is safe to add the egg mixture into our hot mixture. We will place this back on a medium heat and cook for 1 minute while stirring constantly. Remove from the heat and mix in 3 tablespoons of butter, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Stir this up very well. Delicious butterscotch custard. We'll allow this to cool slightly at room temperature. Once our mixture has cooled a bit, we will carefully pour it into our pie crust. Spreading it out evenly. Bake at 370 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 to 7 minutes. Allow to cool completely, then place in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes to set. Our final step is to make the whipped cream topping for our pie. Interestingly, when I was researching traditional butterscotch pies, many recipes called for a meringue topping. While it is a good excuse to use up those leftover egg whites, I felt like a whipped cream topping would complement this pie a bit better. To make the whipped cream, measure out 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. You will likely want to use an electric mixer for this step, unless you have very strong arms. And here's a tip to help your cream whip up faster and better. Make sure everything is very cold. I like to place the mixing bowl and beater in the freezer for several minutes before making the whipped cream. It makes quite a difference. Mix at a medium to high speed just until the cream starts to form stiff peaks. Be careful not to overmix, or else you will actually end up with butter. Now that our whipped cream is done, we can spread it out over our chilled pie. And for a finishing touch, I like to sprinkle just a bit of cinnamon over top. Beautiful! Now we will carefully slice the pie into pieces for serving. Our lovely pie is all finished. It's a delightfully sweet pie, and that cinnamon brings such a warm flavor that complements the butterscotch ever so nicely. It's a treat that's sure to soften the heart of anyone who tries it. Thank you so much for joining me on this grand baking adventure. I hope you will find the courage and determination to give this pie a go. If you're looking for even more bold, fall-themed pie recipes, be sure to check out my video on shoe fly pie as well. Oh, I also have some exciting news. I've teamed up with the incredible artist ButteredBee to bring you a super fun line of Bake Me Up Buttercup merchandise. You can get this design on t-shirts, aprons, stickers, and more. I will post a link to my RedBubble store in the description below, so be sure to check it out. Much love to all of you. Until next time, mwah!